Happy Friday and welcome to Almost the Weekend. Today is March 3, yes, 3/3/23, and this is your Friday planning video. Hope you had a good week. This has been a pretty busy week for the economic world, at least it feels that way, but in reality it's the calm before the storm. Please check out my Monday market update for details, but suffice it to say, as the spotlight shines bright on inflation data, we're in for a bunch of it in the coming weeks. So watch out for that. Excuse me. I had a great visit with one of my asset manager partners this week. Thanks for coming in, Justin. As we got to talking, we began to talk about all the work that we do in retirement planning on the financial side. And he mentioned to me the work that his firm has done on some of the other work that can be done, that should be done to prepare for retirement. This is a topic that I hope to bring to you in coming weeks, but that includes some of the things that will hopefully add value to those later years in life. To tell a quick story to explain this more, I was at a retirement conference in Dallas, Texas in November of 2010. The presenter was Kelly Farron, the author of the book, What's Age Got to Do with It? And she looked out to the group advisor and asked this question: what's the best age band in life? She went from 0 to 6 months all the way to 75 plus. Maybe you can guess what happened. The early years, no responsibilities, college, having children, hands were high in the air. As the years move up, 60, 70, 80, less and less hands were in the air. It was then that she scolded us, and rightfully so. We were in a room full of advisors who spend their lives helping their clients try to save and invest for the long retirement. How could we say that those very years that we're saving for are not the best years? That's what we should look forward to and help you look forward to. Who does not remember the former president, George H.W. Bush, and his skydiving? Every 5th birthday after retirement, he celebrated by jumping from an airplane. The 75th, his solo jump near the Bush Presidential Library in Texas. The 90th birthday, 2014, despite being in a wheelchair, he took the last skydive celebration. He passed away in 2018, just a year before he would have taken another dive on his 95th birthday. Who says that you can't hang glide at 90, run hurdles at 80, be an entrepreneur at 70, or an outdoor adventurer at 60? In our amazing group of clients, we have a few of you, one who turned 100 a few weeks ago, and his sister who's 95, just as full of life as ever, and even a 90 and 92-year-old senior swimmers. This is not about rocking chairs anymore, it's about rock climbing. So yes, this is a reminder that saving for retirement is important, and even more important than ever for the young and the old. Someone born in 1950 was expected to live to age 68.2. Born in 2014, expected to live to 78.8. In 2014, you've already needed to have an extra 10 years of retirement income versus the 1950 baby. You get the picture. This is about both sides of the coin, the financial, which we talk about all the time, and the non-financial, which I hope to talk to you about more in the coming months. Before I leave this topic to revisit another day, let me give you 4 things that you could and you can and should do today if you're going to retire in the next 10 years. These are the financial side. First, come up with your number. This will be a guess, but you can figure out with some thought, and it does not have to be exact. You want to think about how much you'll need every year to do what you want to do. This, as much as anything, puts the personal in personal financial planning. This will be a personal exercise. Second, remember the old ING commercials with people walking around with numbers under their arms? You can look it up if you need to. That was just an idea of how much you'll need. This is a great place to start, and even if you don't come up with the answer, it will help you come up with some good ideas for planning for those retirement years. We want to have an idea of what we're shooting for. As Lewis Carroll wrote in Alice in Wonderland, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And if you want to go that way again, as Yogi Berra said, if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up someplace else. So get a number. Third, check your Social Security. This is an important one. So many people take Social Security in the country as soon as they can. This may be right for you, but it may not be. So please check your report, and you can see exactly what's going to happen every year that you wait. Let's discuss that. I have access to some great resources to review your exact situation and help you calculate the different options. Finally, for this short list, make sure your 401k and other investments match your risk tolerance, your time frame, and your goal. If you're retiring in 10 years, it is possible that that target retirement date fund that you chose a while back, the 2055 fund, may not be right for you anymore. The way you allocate should look different today than it did 20 years ago. Let's hit a few other quick updates, and then let's prepare to move into the weekend. As you may have heard, the Supreme Court, SCOTUS, heard arguments about the student loan relief this week. And though it'll be some time before we hear, the Department of Education did send out a reminder about the continued deferral of the loan payments and their confidence that the court will rule in its favor. As many who were in the room where it happened, the justices had some pretty harsh questions, so we'll just have to see. Stay tuned to that. I also remind you of two more things. First, it is IRA contribution time. As I've mentioned, it's a sweet spot where you can, if you qualify, you can make prior year contributions and current year contributions until April 18th this year. That's this year's tax filing deadline. And last, you heard me talk about harvesting losses a lot as the year came to a close. This is something we should discuss more during the year. We may also want to look at one of the new trends, direct indexing. This is something that may be a good idea to discuss. Ask me about it. We can talk about that also. As we move into the third month of the year, the last month of the first quarter, let's keep having our meetings and our conversations about your goals. I spoke to one of you this week who only had plans to make it to 80. I hope she's wrong. And as for the rest of us, we will continue to plan with the increasing longevity in mind. This is the time to plan on both the financial side and the life side. I'm not suggesting skydiving at 90, but you never know. Have a great weekend, stay in touch, and stay safe.